the ever popular and highly awaited Paladin. Who, oh boy, look at the picture we have for that. Why
Oh,
is the sword
Oh
the size of
my!
your head?
Wow!
wow.
I think it captures you.
It does. It does.
It's, the cap even matches. That's great.
I like your
Oh, yeah,
choice
look
of
at
wearing
that.
a cap instead of a helm. I
Yeah.
like it. A little more casual.
I like
That's a
it.
plus
Yeah.
3 cap.
It's a
It keeps the
Yeah.
sun. It keeps the sun out of his eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
from
two-way
visor
cap.
to having a visor. You know, same thing.
The whole
Anyway.
cap.
So, Kensu, or Thunk, should I say, which is the proper name.
Mhm.
What do you think about Paladins? Is there good versatility on them?
Versatility, yeah, I would definitely say that they're versatile. It really comes down to how you choose to gear it or how much backup gear that you have. Because if you stack something like Wisdom, you have much better heals. You have a strong single target heal that has a cast time, and then you have a really strong group heal that has its instant cast. Heals everybody in the group, and it heals about on par with the single target heal, but it does scale off of Wisdom, and I think that one ability is like one of the most important things as far as Paladins go. But back to the versatility, let's say if you scale towards stamina, you can have a much tankier build. You can probably get up to like 2,500 hit points, give or take, with fully buffed. Maybe a little more, depending upon level, of course. You can scale dexterity, which makes your damage kind of go up through the roof. It also helps your procs, because one of the most common weapons that you see paladins running around with is the war gavel.
Yep.
It also, I think, hang on one second. Let me pull something up here. Aegis also scales off of Wisdom. I forgot to mention that on Wisdom. That's why I choose to scale my Paladin through Wisdom, because it affects both the heals and the damage from Aegis. And Aegis is your main damage dealer. And I know a lot of people shy away from it when you have an enchanter, but it's got a very small radius that you can finagle it, like just kind of position your body, because you have to position for cross strike anyway, because it's a frontal 180 degrees.
Right.
That's also scaling off of Dex, I believe. Let me double check.
And you never break my mez with that ability, ever. I've never seen it happen.
I would say it happens less than most people. It depends on what I'm doing in the background. Yes. Let me pull up one more thing here. Strength is supposedly supposed to be affecting tanking abilities, but I haven't seen much scaling with that at all. Like, I heard Joppa say something along those lines. I forgot the exact source. It was either a podcast or a post that he did. If strength is scaling now, it's such a minor amount that you can barely even tell.
Yeah.
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 And then the Constitution, everybody just needs, because they switch that to be your hit rating. But yeah, you can fill main tank, off tank, support heals, like a secondary healer, and you can also DPS. It's not going to be on the par of like a ranger or something.
Right.
But it's you can fill for DPS, because like you can set up your what's that one ability called? It starts with a V. Hang on one second. It is Vigilance. So Vigilance, what it does, it says it creates a bond with celestial light with a target for 10 minutes, causing certain abilities to restore health. When they say certain abilities, they're only talking about one, and that is the main ability that the paladins use to sustain themselves is Faithful Strike.
Faithful Strike, right.
Yes, and that heals off of wisdom, or that the scales off of Wisdom. So if I am the backup tank, we play with Ank a lot.
Yep.
So I can throw that on him, and then when I'm just passively healing him through my Faithful Strikes.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, and it just smooths out his damage.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of dimensions here, really, with Paladin that I think a lot of people don't really see, where it's not just tank like it was in EverQuest.
Yes.
No.
100% agree.
So can the Paladins solo really anymore? I know at one point they could.
Yeah. We were making jokes earlier that Eddie's group was in the cave leading down to Wyvern, the Slaver's Cave.
Yep.
That's my current stomping ground for when I'm soloing. because I just like it because it's kind of chill. I can just go in there and just pull one mob at a time and then kill. And I literally just do from the entrance down to Wyvern over to the other entrance.
Yeah.
You know, and just do circuits. And
You can't
I've been,
solo the Wyvern though.
to be fair, I haven't tried.
You never know.
Well, maybe when I hit 50, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Is the Paladin weak against any mob types in specific? Are they strong against melee physical? Do they excel against magic types? Are they kind of in between?
So that's one of the reasons why I like them, because so like if you look at Dire Lords, they're specifically strong against anything that they can steal resistances from and then use those resistances against. So like they excel in ABE content because they can just get their resist through the roof. I have a whole bag of resist gear. So what I try to do to not mitigate specific types of damage, but when it goes out in AE. So like the whirlwind off of the Pyre Souls, right? Is that correct? The Pyre Souls, it ticks 3 times. So I wait until that first tick goes off. I hit an AE heal based on how many people are getting hit. If it's like 2 people, I might just do the self heals. But I just wait for it to go off, heal, go off, heal, go off, heal, and then prep for the next one. Like try and build up more wrath because my healing is based off of wrath.
The wrath is the resource that you use to spend abilities.
Yes, I should touch on that. There's the main resource that you use when you're a paladin is wrath. You can have up to 2,000 wrath. There's multiple ways of generating it. And the backup resource is called Reckoning. You have 3 points of Reckoning, and they take forever to regen. Really, the main way that you get them back is by using Avenger's Vow. You don't get this ability until level 26, which I think is a little bit high for something that is such a critical ability because it gives you back a Reckoning point every minute. Because otherwise, you're regenerating so it's not a linear regeneration for the Reckoning points. The first point takes 1 minute to regen. The second point takes 3 minutes to regen, and then the last point takes 7 minutes to regen. So, like, if you have this ability, the Avenger's Vow, once you get to, I think it's the one that you get at 26. So I think it's like rank 3 or 4. Let me double check. It's rank 3.
This class sounds like the definition of versatile. It seems like you cover almost all grounds.
Yeah.
You're almost the jack of all. You're almost like the bard right now that we would love to have.
That's actually a really interesting comparison. Like if we could mez something somehow, like a root or whatever, we'd be very close to what a bard can do. Because like off tanking is about it, Yeah.
Thunk, the turnabout is fair play. Can you kill Chevron mobs as the Paladin sits right now?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I prefer to solo on. There's literally 0 downtime for Paladin. There's a running joke between me and a friend. We call it Paladin medding. That's when we pull a Chevron mob that's dark blue or lower, and you just use that to generate wrath off of, and then you just drain and give your hit points back. It's Paladin medding. But you're not stopping.
You're just killing one mob that's weak.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So this kind of all ties in with the whole group ability things. And, you mentioned the group heals, you mentioned the off-tanking abilities. So how hard is a Paladin to play? Is it a difficult class to play?
I think it's as difficult as you want it to be. When I mentioned vigilance, like if you're not the main tank, if you're assisting another tank using vigilance and using the heal, it's very easy to forget that you have that buff on him. So you have to be able to click off of him, cast vigilance again, which removes it from him, or click off the buff from yourself. I can do it faster through keyboards just by clearing my target and clicking off. Yeah. And then casting the ability again. It doesn't cost any resources, but it does have like a 5-second cooldown on it. Let me pull up.
I think a lot of these Paladin abilities, though, in terms of difficulty and sealing and stuff, have a standard like rotation where you could just kind of do a 1, 2, 3. But you really wanted to get the grid of it, the way many classes are at least. You could get pretty high. Because Paladins can pull with the whole yoink ability and everything.
Set rotation. So I guess in groups, there's probably like a standard rotation that I use. I try to open up with Aegis, which is the AE, because I'm stacking wisdom like crazy. So when I get that Aegis down, stuff tends to stick to me like glue. It is a dot. They kind of finagled it. It's not consecration like World of Warcraft, where
Right.
if the mob is standing in the fire, they're going to be taking damage. When you hit the Aegis button, it throws a debuff on the mob like a dot, and it doesn't matter where the mob goes after that. So it wreaks havoc on enchanter mezzes. And that's probably more often than not when, like, on pull, like I'm hitting it trying to keep it off of like one of the healers or something like that, and you're like, oh, it's dotted, and I'm like, well, I'm trying to keep it on me.
Been there.
Yeah. Sorry, what were we talking about? The skill ceiling. Yes. So back to like when you're using something like vigilance, it's very easy to kill yourself because, like, let's say the main tank that you're assisting heal, let's say he goes down, and like you still have that vigilance buff up that doesn't really do anything,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden like you're healing nothing, and it's just like, oh crap. So then you have to like click that off and heal yourself. There's little nuances below.
So is it a powerful class? I think that's kind of the
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Especially with the current gearing that they have in Ash Breather's Enclave. There's some pretty crazy plate pieces that you can pull out of that dungeon. And I think that really helps keep the Paladin on top of the pile.
Yeah, I'd say, at least from an outside perspective, the Paladins are pretty strong solo. They're pretty strong in the groups, and they're pretty strong just all around. Even if you want to just do something like Gather, they're not afraid of like higher powered mobs. They can do a lot of stuff. It's a really good class all around.
It's a big jump from the pre-buff Enchanter that I was playing over on Black Moon,
Yeah.
where it's like that thing's light blue. It's a solo mob. I think I'm just gonna go over here where it's safer.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. So that brings us to our third class.